I'm going.
Tom, I'm gonna pass this over. Do you want me to bother to put it back together, or?
I think I can probably figure it out, maybe.
Well, I didn't know if you was gonna, look through it. There you go. Thank you.
I'm ready when you are.
Are you ready?
I'm
We're
ready.
ready. I will call this Board of Selectmen meeting to order for Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Roll call, Tom Anthony, Ladd Olson, Leslie Dyer is absent, Peyton Warren is on Zoom, myself, Elizabeth Funker, and Marjorie Stratton. Number 2, approve agenda. Motion to approve.
Second.
Take this one up first.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry,
Signing
is
the
that
doc-
way you wanted to do that now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just signing these
Yep.
bond documents because Darlene needs to be involved.
Yep.
We put that up, I don't know, where would you like to put it?
Where is it?
It's at the bottom under
Just put it at the-
8.
Oh, approve.
8E.
8E, we're gonna move 8E up to,
Where's the end of it?
between, roll call and approve agenda, please. I'm sorry, that totally,
I'm sorry, where? Up between 4 and 5?
no, you wanna do it now? Oh, to approve the agenda, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my mind was not in that mode
It's
at
okay,
all.
I'm sorry.
So, is that the only?
Yes, thank
Oh,
you.
then we, also 8D is crossed off the agenda,
Postpone.
postponed till further review. All set?
Yep.
So, number 2, approve agenda as amended.
So moved.
All in favor? Number 3, approve the minutes from the July 1st, 2025, oh, what's that? Oh, I thought somebody said something. Approve and sign treasurer's warrants, number 3.
We gotta approve the minutes first.
Thank you.
So moved.
Thank you. All in favor. Number 4, approve and sign treasurer's warrants, number 3.
Second.
All in favor? Number 5, communications.
I thought we were doing that.
Yeah, we
Is
moved.
that you want to? Oh, God, I am really not into this at all.
That's
I'm really
okay.
sorry.
We moved this.
Yes, Darlene, would you like to come sign these documents?
Okay, so, there's a series of documents that, we all have to go through and sign.
Mhm.
So, this is where, anywhere that you see your name,
Mhm.
those 2 places. Can you sign those?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I might be able to, the way I'm going right now, I may sign somebody else's name.
This was the paving bond.
Yes, it is, yeah. I guess we can just kind of start these around.
That's just me.
Steel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Check on.
Privilege.
Let me use your fancy pen.
Are you? Yeah, you're on there.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys want to sign first and then I'm like certifying that that's your.
Pass it around.
There's pen.
I'll put that one over.
It's a,
She just worked.
Watch out, it could be contagious, Darlene.
and here.
Should have got something in the room, hopefully tomorrow. I hope. Oh. It's always more than you think it is.
Oops, sorry.
Lots of stuff fixed. But then, needing fixing.
I think,
Since we, when, 2 winters ago, that big storm, was really missing.
I think it's just, if you need it.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much,
Thank
sorry.
you. Thanks, Darlene.
Thank you.
Oh, you're not just here for the meeting?
All right, all set? Move on to 5, communications.
I just got that, communication from Fox Sound Electric, about the annual meeting. And of course, we're a customer. Did you want me to fill this out for the town, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And did you wanna mention that article? That they were doing?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if everybody saw that, there was a nice, letter to the editor in the Bangor Daily News about our emergency management group. So if you have a chance, we have it here, available to read, or, have you seen,
I haven't seen
yeah, I'm happy to, get copies to people. It's very, very complimentary to our emergency management team, very nice.
Number 6, speakers from the floor.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, so, my name is Kiran Mandi. I live on Wharf Quarry Road. And, I don't know if you all know Wharf Quarry Road, but it's very, not the best road on the island.
Right.
So every year, me and the other homeowners have been putting a lot of gravel on, and every year it kind of, just goes down. So it finally dawned on me that what was needed was really the drainage needed to be improved. So I looked into what equipment it would take to improve the drainage, and of course you got to get the trees down, and then you need a motor grader to really efficiently cut down the side and create drainage. And so I started looking into, where can I get a motor grader? And of course, it's available on the mainland, and it's very difficult and expensive to mobilize it. So, and then of course I know that the town has a motor grader. So I called up Marjorie last year, saying that has there ever been a situation where the town was prepared to rent a motor grader out to private individuals? And she explained that many, many years back, they used to do that, but there were some legal issues with it, and then they stopped doing it. So then I went back and did a bit of research and came up with like a proposal just to present as something to consider, which, let me just, if I can just hand it out.
Yes, please.
Maybe we do it and put it on the agenda.
I think Millie needs to be here to discuss. I would hesitate to go any further without her to be in a discussion.
Thank you.
So just tried to sort of address some of the, possible ways that the legal issues might be,
I think one of the issues that came up in the past was the renting of the equipment and the operator, because the operator is a town employee. So that's one of the issues, and if we just rented the equipment, then we would have to trust that there was somebody that could operate the
Right.
equipment. So, I mean, those are the issues that came up in the past, but, we could, put this on a future agenda to read and
Question
look
I
at
had,
it.
there's a, I don't know, at least one, I think there might be a couple private owners of graders out here. Have you
Right.
contacted any of them?
No, I actually didn't know that there were private owners.
Mills, excavation, they used to do, they have an excavator and
Excavators, there are plenty, but this is like, the road condition is so bad and it's 1.5 miles long.
I know the road,
Alright,
but doesn't Mills still do that work?
They do, uh,
I don't know, I think it's something that we definitely would have to discuss,
sure, of course, absolutely.
and with the Public Works Director also. Personally, I would say no. Because if something happens,
So I tried to look into ways to actually address that. So in the document, I don't know, should I go through it? No. I mean, you can just read it, right? So absolutely, I mean,
well, I mean, I'm just one
yeah,
person, but if they want to put it on another agenda for another, on an agenda for another meeting,
sure,
for the next meeting,
yeah, absolutely.
then I think that would be appropriate, but
if you wanna write your name and number down, I don't know if the person that I know that has their own grader would want to.
Well, the other thing is, you need a skilled operator.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, like, not anyone can just drive that,
Yeah.
right?
If he, I'll pass her name along.
So the plan would be to, have Millie, the Public Works Director, review this and possibly put it on a future agenda?
Yeah.
Is that the plan?
I guess, I mean, yeah, we're not gonna approve it tonight, so. But,
Just,
yeah, I think Millie would be the person to go to on this one. Ben?
Might I suggest you meet with Millie, the Public Works Director, and talk with her? Just, she's a good person just to present the idea to for her own input,
Okay, great.
prior to meeting with us.
Okay. I could do that. So she'll be on the website that we.
She's a town official,
She's listed on the website.
she's got an email and
Okay,
everything,
great.
she's responsive.
Nasha?
thank you.
Okay, so,
Just a comment on this. As a lawyer, and I'm just talking as a citizen now, because I have no stake in this, there would certainly be concern about whether allowing a private entity to rent and a private individual to operate, in terms of whether that would deprive the town of its liability shield.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to look at my file, my old file, but yes, that was the exact problem that we came across when we stopped doing it.
Okay. So it will be on, the next agenda then for discussion,
okay, great.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
yeah,
Right.
yep, yeah, we meet every 2 weeks,
Okay, great. I'll be there.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks.
Number 7, committee and departmental reports and appointments.
Okay, so here are those, oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, sorry. there's
The
an
first one
appeals board.
is just, you had that big list of everybody that, to be reappointed to the,
Right.
Committees. I emailed Bruce Cohen again about the appeals board, and he does wanna be reappointed, so
Okay.
that's the only one.
That's
That
the
we
only
need
one
to-
that we need to
Yes,
approve.
please.
Okay, so I would make a motion that we, reappoint, is that it? Reappoint Bruce Cohen to the
Appeals board.
appeals board.
Second.
Yep, all in favor? B, downtown project.
Those are the motions that we need for,
Right.
approving, so, as you know, we got good bids on the 3 projects, the water main replacement, the drainage upgrades, and the road reconstruction. So we just need, motions, votes to accept the recommended, bid.
Quick question, did we have more than one bid for each one, or?
I think you've got those,
You have the memo?
it's in,
Should
I
be
knew
right.
there was a couple where there was only one bid, but
Correct.
our funder was gonna cover it. Okay, yeah, we got it.
yeah, this memo here outlines what the bids were.
Yeah.
And the drainage upgrades had 2 bids, one from Danford and one from JBI.
Yeah.
The road reconstruction and the water main was just one. I think you've got the detail of the bid also in the packet. Okay.
The first one will be the water main replacement, if you wanna review that one quickly, or are you all set?
Okay.
Tom?
I'm all set.
You are, okay. So I would make a motion to approve the bid from Jake Barber Incorporated from Owl's Head, Maine, in the amount of $645,735 for the water main replacement as recommended by Woodard and Curran.
Second?
All in favor? And also, the trustees also approved.
Yes, that project is a partnership with the water district,
Right.
so the water district trustees will also approve that
Yeah,
bid.
they've already, voiced their approval, and we'll take it up at our meeting, the end of this month, we have a water district meeting, so. 28th,
Next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Oh, okay, it's not the end of the month, I guess we changed that, anyway, it's
It's
on my
already the end of the
it's on my
month.
calendar. Oh, Lord, okay. Then the second one is to approve and award the downtown improvements for the drainage upgrades. Okay, I have
I think
that
they're just
motion.
in different,
Yep.
different order.
Did you, are you all set on that one?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the bid from Jake Barber Incorporated from Owl's Head, Maine, in the amount of $2,158,810 for drainage upgrades as recommended by Woodard and Curran.
Second?
All in favor? And, oops, still need that. And then number 3 is approve and award downtown improvements for road reconstruction. All set on that one? Motion to approve the bid from Jake Barber Incorporated from Owl's Head, Maine, in the amount of $3,049,547 for road reconstruction as recommended by Woodard and Curran.
Second?
I don't think I read that correctly, but that's okay.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. 49,547. But you knew what I was,
You know the numbers.
so, did we pass that one? Okay.
Can I have that just for my
Oh,
minutes?
yes,
Thank
certainly,
you.
thanks. And C, Public Works, Millie's not here, so we should have struck that from the,
I don't know. Dan, are you, excuse me, may I ask you?
Yes.
Dan, are you available now, or are you at your class, or?
Nope, I'm available whenever.
Okay. Dan is here to help us discuss the land use ordinance
okay.
amendments.
Do you want to move that up to now, since he's right here?
Sure.
Up to you all. No problem for me either way.
Okay, so do you folks want to move him up here? Okay.
Yep.
So we'll move this up to 8, old business, review land use ordinance amendments.
Does everyone have copies of the ordinance there, Marjorie?
I have a couple of copies,
I can put it on the screen
but
too.
we can put it on the screen.
Okay.
I've read.
Do you wanna have one here?
Take it, just to, I mean, I read through it, but I want to take a copy of it.
And just for everyone that I haven't met, I can't see the entire room there. But I'm Dan DeBoard. I'm a regional planner with Midcoast Council of Governments, and been working with the Planning Commission for a few months on updating your land use ordinance to include the updates. The latest version of Chapter 1000 from shoreland zoning at the state level. That's the DEP chapter that governs shoreland zoning in municipalities. So it's more or less a state mandate that municipalities have to then adopt. But this is by and large just looking through your land use ordinance and in the right locations, updating language to match the state requirements.
Hi, Dan, nice to meet you.
I don't know if everyone's had a chance to look through, but I'm happy to talk through it, happy to answer questions, however you all would like to go about it. I'm wide open.
Well, I looked at it last week, I believe. Margie, you had a couple of things that you were
Well-
specifically pointed out that,
One of the things that I'm pointing out to them is the addition of that sentence under the planning commission that changes their duties, which I object to, and I asked Maine Municipal Legal Department, and they object to. So,
Yeah,
I would like the board to vote to take that revision out. And
Yeah.
I guess from my point of view, I don't know, it seems clear to me that the majority of these revisions are mandated by updates to shoreland zoning. Did you have a
Mhm.
question?
No, when you're done, I have something to say.
Yeah.
no, I agree with Marjorie. I think we should go on the recommendation of the legal advice.
Yeah,
We strike that.
just for my perspective, that's not a particularly appropriate way to handle the concerns that the commission had. I don't think that's an appropriate change at this point, given adding in everything else that you were changing in the land use ordinance is state mandated, and that very much is not. So I would certainly support you not including that bit.
So, just to be clear to the planning commission members that wanted that in there, could someone make a motion to take that out?
I would make it,
Or I think Banner had a.
Banner, you want to speak?
Just an important thing to keep in mind in situations like this, whether it's the planning commission or the planning board or the select board for that matter, a board is a group that votes as a group. And one individual can't speak for the whole group.
Correct.
They're speaking as an individual. So this gets into that where if one planning commission member shows up at the appeals board, they don't have any special standing as a commission because they're not a commission, they're just an individual. And so that's why this is messy.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense, really.
I think the larger issue that is a fair point of concern that the commission had is ensuring that the Board of Appeals does allow every citizen to speak. Speaking as a citizen representing a planning commission may not be appropriate, but any citizen speaking as a citizen representing themselves should be able to speak in front of a Board of Appeals.
Or any public meeting.
But it
Yeah, any
was,
public meeting, really.
but it was my understanding that, and I know you'll correct me if I'm wrong, that the Board of Appeals is only listening to what the ordinance intent is, where it's determined by the planning commission. Wait a minute. They don't wanna, they're not gonna hear new complaints or new evidence, correct? They're only
Correct.
Yes.
going on.
Yes.
So basically, whatever you would say, they would have to disallow or,
The appeals board is ensuring that the planning board made the right decision. And so you can't enter in new evidence that the planning board didn't get.
right,
They're looking at what the planning board looked at.
right.
But to have a citizen comment on that same evidence would be perfectly appropriate. Were they introducing new evidence, that would be different.
Okay,
But
all right, so,
Was there something about the setback for,
Oh, yes, that was
That's
another
another-
provision
that's
that we
another
just wanted to change
Yeah.
the 500 feet for
Just a bu-
demolition of a building.
the just
Right.
abutters? Is that what we're gonna do?
Well, it's certainly up to the board. That was one suggestion was to reduce the 500 to 200, and one suggestion was to just say abutters,
Abutters.
which I don't disagree with that.
okay, I would just like to get this one out of, done first and then go
Okay,
on to the
okay.
next one, if you don't
Yep.
mind? Okay, good. All right, so I'd like to make the motion that we strike the planning, that sentence there, that whole, and do you want me to read it out completely, or do you?
Does everybody understand what we're striking?
Yes.
Okay, so you all set on that motion? Okay, to remove that from the ordinance?
The proposed changes. Think there's something
Remove
like
it
wording?
from the proposed amendments.
Yes, got it.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. So that one is out of the way. Then you want to review the 500-foot setback
The demolition.
demolition.
40 something, page 40 something?
Well, it's 46, but I think it's more like 50 something in that revision.
Yeah, it's 52.
Aha! 52, no?
No, wrong.
It's under
I just have,
administration.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
right here.
planning commission,
Oh.
permits required,
Under permits required.
oh, in here. Shoreline zone. Right there.
So right now, it says that we have to send a notice to every neighbors within 500 feet.
Yeah.
So what is the pleasure of the board to change it to just sending notices to abutters?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my suggestion.
One possible reason, I can tell you what the planning commission's concern is, that rather than sometimes, when a building is going to be demolished, it turns out after the fact that people are interested in the structure, and might be able to work a deal privately with them to avoid that demolition. And so somebody across the street, for example, is that an abutter? So the reason they made it 500 feet was just to reach a slightly wider field than immediate abutters. And but 500 feet turned out to be unwieldy, especially in town, where it might involve 60 or 70 notifications. So whether it's just abutters or a smaller number of feet, it's gonna solve the unwieldiness.
Just to note, I don't think it's particularly a problem to change that. 500 feet is a fairly standard number for all manner of abutter notifications. Things like subdivisions generally are 500 feet. So we see that in most of our towns, that's a pretty standard abutter notice distance, but I don't think it's a problem if you want to change that.
Do you have other towns, just a quick question, that have permits required for demolition and,
Yes, we do. Some of them don't go at any at any level through the planning board. Actually, I'm thinking most of them don't. Um, so that's a little bit atypical. A lot of towns have that handled directly by code enforcement. So that could be I mean, maybe a different conversation of an eventual scenario where you'd rather just have your planning commission or your um, code enforcement officer approve demo permits. But
I thought that's what we were doing.
Well, we certainly know the reason for this.
This requires planning board.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's currently in there as planning board, but
And the problem that we're trying to solve, the specific problem here is just the unwieldy notification.
Mm-hmm.
Like 250 feet would solve it, make it at least practical. But
Right, I agree. Abutters, like you say, what if somebody was across the street and didn't, then you might not, that's not an abutter. So maybe it would be best to keep it at 250 feet versus the 500.
Well, if you went 100 feet, that would cover somebody across the street.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
shrink it in that would always
Yeah.
cover across the street, yep.
100 feet is a pretty common number. 300 feet is pretty common. So it kind of varies from town to town, but
I think
I think 100
I think 100 to cover the
Yeah.
across the road
I just-
scenario.
yeah.
Well, this, it'll certainly come back to the board for a final approval of what's gonna go to town meeting.
Right.
So, there's still opportunity for comment.
So do we need a motion in order to change that?
Yes, I think that would be appropriate, or, yeah.
Did you have something else you was gonna add?
Oh, I was just gonna ask Dan if he wanted to go through some of the significant shoreline zoning, but we hadn't really finished this.
Right, okay, so Tom, why don't you make the motion if you'd like, please?
Move to change the required notification from 500 feet down to 100 feet on the demolition permit.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, so
Yeah.
other things you wanted Dan to talk about?
Yeah. So I would say the major reduction here is a removal of timber harvesting standards, and then an addition at the very beginning of the ordinance, just noting why timber harvesting standards were removed. The state basically gives you a couple different options that pretty much boil down to you can locally administer timber harvesting within the shoreland, and then you have to have the capacity to deal with that, or you can allow the Bureau of Forestry, by repealing this section, you can allow the Bureau of Forestry at the state level to administer timber harvesting. Then it makes it sort of a state responsibility and not a local municipal responsibility. I don't have any municipalities, I don't think, off the top of my head in our region that choose to locally timber harvest administer. Even like we were working with the city of Bath last year on their shoreline zoning, and even Bath has the state handle that. And they even have a staff arborist. They just it's not worth the staff time generally to when you can let the state administer timber harvesting in the shoreland. Um, so that's the biggest removal. The biggest additions come in the sections actually that replace that just below it. Or not that replace that, but that become the new FF, GG, and HH. And this is the largest addition to DEP's Chapter 1000. The Planning Commission wanted me to be sure to include that header, just noting that these sections have been added pursuant to DEP standards at the beginning. And they wanted to do that basically as a signal to residents that we are adding this roughly 3 pages because it's a state mandate, not particularly because we love the idea. These sections basically amount to enabling the code enforcement officer to allow hazard tree removal in the shoreland zone, and put in provisions for removal of storm damaged trees, dead trees in the shoreline zone. And then they also put in, of course, provisions for how you are supposed to replace those trees, should they be removed. So those 3 sections are major changes. There go along with those 3 and the removal of timber harvesting. The definitions changed pretty significantly. That by and large is just a set of alterations to match the fact that you don't have the timber harvesting standard definitions included any longer if you remove timber harvesting as a locally managed item. Then the last section that we made significant changes in under administration, and it is the variance appeals section. I've got it on page 60.
Working on it.
And
Did I go by it?
yep, nope, you're right at it.
Okay, right there.
So those are essentially the feedback from the state was that they would like to see us rework it to put it more into a format that matches Chapter 1000 standards. Functionally, it doesn't change a lot of the actual conditions under which undue hardship exists. There's some new language related to variances for access for folks with disabilities, basically just allowing a variance for a means of egress that someone with a disability would require, such as a ramp, additional railings in the shoreland zone. It only allows those variances specifically for that purpose. You can't get a variance to add a ramp in the shoreland zone to your house, and then while you're at it, make the porch 300 square feet larger. It's limited just to that activity. But it's mostly a reorganization of where the language is, more so than substantially changing what it means in this section.
Okay. Deanna?
The timber harvesting and revegetation section, there are parts of it, first of all, that may well not be popular. And that's why the heading is there, because if you get heat for it, or the planning commission gets heat for it, it's dictated by the state, we don't have any choice. Chuck Gadzik is a forester, and he's on the planning commission, and he said some of it doesn't, it's a one-size-fits-all for the entire state of Maine, and some of it's not that applicable to Vinalhaven. And, but it is what it is, and we don't have any choice.
Unless we want to manage it ourselves, which we don't, right?
Okay. All right,
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much the balance of the major changes. There are some minor language changes here and there. Some changes to the point system for basically how many trees you can clear in the shoreland zone in a given area. There's a blocked point system that they use, and certain size trees equate to certain amounts of points, and you can't remove an excess amount of points from a certain area. But otherwise, it's all pretty straightforward. We changed. I don't think this is in here because it's um, in the table with the setbacks, but one of our setbacks was wrong. I think it was for the resource protection
Right,
section. So we have adjusted that to be correct and in line with state standards. And that's about it.
good.
So,
Anybody have any questions?
Thank you.
Good.
yep. And if you think of any questions later, I'm happy to answer them. If you guys would like me to attend whenever the town meeting or public hearings happen to defend these or catch the flack from the residents for why you made these changes, I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
thanks, Dan.
You may have just invited yourself
our
into a
next-
can of worms.
Yeah.
I guess our next step will be to finalize what the proposed amendments are and then have the public hearings. But I appreciate your help, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. No problem.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Okay. So,
Can I just,
yes.
I thank Banner and Marcia for coming. Marcia is the newest member of the planning commission. I don't know why the other planning commission, I made a point of telling, sending an email out that we would be talking about it tonight. Anyway.
We have, yeah, okay. All right, well, that's great. You certainly did a lot of work.
I'm grateful for
Yeah,
it,
it's-
but what
I-
the issues are. Once very simply, helps a lot with the subsequent reading.
Thank you.
Dan, you wanted to add to that?
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, it was nice to work with the planning commission. I've enjoyed it. Marjorie knows I'm a islands person. I used to be an island fellow out on Monhegan, and I lived for a while on Frenchboro. So
Oh,
any
okay.
excuse that I can get to work with different islands, I kind of try to take that from the rest of my coworkers.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you all.
Yeah. Bye now. I guess we're done. I didn't mean to say goodbye if you wanted to stay on. Thank you. Marcia, thank you for your interest in coming, joining the group.
Well, as you know, I spent 10 years of my career at least doing things not too very different from this. It's
Yeah.
kind of fun to be back at. Probably only takes a lawyer to think this is fun, but actually on the first point about the commission's authority, what was running through my head, and I was glad to hear that the lawyer reviewing it on our side is with the Maine Municipal Association. I don't think in a substantive regulation you can change the rules of the Administrative Procedure Act. So my first red flag would be, I'm sure the Municipal Association attorneys look at this, to look at, are you authorized to do this under the Administrative Procedure Act? Do you really want to create something that's the only word like this in the regulations. Usually no.
Good insight.
Okay. Are we all set with this one then?
For now, yeah.
All right, goody goody. Okay, we'll move on to 8A, reviews proposed transfer station fees.
So this is our second review. One of the differences is that I did talk to Ken at the transfer station, and he suggested just having, like, we used to have $5 for the mattresses and furniture, and the first proposed fee was kind of jumped all over the place, 20, 30, and 12, and 6. Kenny's suggestion is to just have it be $15 across the board. He said that most of the mattresses that come in are just twins. They seldom get the big king mattresses. So anyway, he said it would be easier for them if just a mattress is,
Makes sense.
or a piece of furniture is $15. So I think everything else was as previously suggested, but we
Oh, the
wanted,
paint?
oh,
paint.
right, what did we say about that?
I think
Oh.
we had two prices.
I don't see it. Only one.
Maybe that was on my
The paint,
first.
under universal waste, paint-related and non-regulated liquids, it was $3, and we're suggesting $6, because that's our cost.
Oh, well, there.
And I think we had a different price for, there's two different things that we get rid of as hazardous waste, paint-related and non-regulated liquid. And it's a little bit cheaper for the non-regulated liquid, but again, Kenny just thought for anything that comes in like that in a liquid nature
Keep
of
it
the
simple.
hazardous waste, to keep it at $6. So it'd be easier for the attendants. And the bag fees, we went up to $150, $3, and $4.50. Is there any thoughts about that?
That's fine.
Okay. So, we'll type up something final, and we'll have a final review at the next meeting and adopt it, unless you have any other questions. Well, certainly if you look at it later on and give us a call, but this is what we'll make up a final, fee list. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
8B, review draft airport lease.
Was this finally done?
So this is the one that came from our attorney.
Oops.
The only thing, I did speak with Mark today, just to be sure, on the section called carrier service concerning emergency evacuations. And we also talked briefly with the Penobscot Island Air. Because of the, well, just like mariners, these pilots have a limited number of hours that they can work in a day or fly. And so we wanted to change this evacuation services from 6 a.m. to 8:30. It'll be changed from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And even though we have these hours in there, under normal circumstances, Penobscot Island Air really goes out of their way to try to provide that service. But there are just circumstances where, maybe because of the number of hours of the pilots, or because of weather, of course, or conditions at the airport for another reason. But, so there is that one change, to change 8:30 to 7 p.m. But other than that, this is what our attorney has recommended, so we need to just send this off to Penobscot Island Air and see
Let them
what they think
do
of
their
it.
review.
Does sound like a plan? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'll send it off and see what they think of it.
Okay. And then probably be on the next agenda to
Yeah,
sign.
well, yeah, if they get back to me.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to 9, new business. A, accept donations for fiscal year 24-25. Make a motion that we accept the donations.
Second?
Nice. Some nice donations there. All in favor? Very nice. Thank you to everybody who's made such generous donations to ambulance equipment, fire department, library, and the swap shop. Total donations come to $17,220.12. So it's great. Thank you, everybody. And Marjorie, report of town manager.
I just wanted you to know, just an update on, as you know, we got the grant to have a preliminary study done on our infrastructure that we maintain down at the ferry terminal. The ramp and float and the crib work, primarily the crib work, to try to determine what we can do with that. So the study is almost finalized and we'll present it to the board, but one of the things that came up in doing the permitting or proposed, you know, what kind of permitting will we need for this project was the submerged lands. And long story short, back in 2006, when they demolished the old pen and built the new one, of course, the town wanted to keep that, the existing ramp so that maybe Island Transporter could come into that, but we were denied, and they said, well, we'll build you this ramp and float system, and you can maintain it. And we had a memorandum of understanding and agreement, and then at some point, the state was supposed to actually deed us that property, if you will, but they never did, because in researching and applying for a submerged lands permit, we couldn't because we don't own that property. So I will be working with DOT to try to figure out how to proceed with this project. So I just wanted to let you know that that's kind of a bit of a snag in us proceeding with that project without we don't have right title and interest in order to apply for permitting, so it's an obstacle that somehow, I'll be working on it.
Sounds like fun.
It's good 4 years worth of work.
Need an easement or something from the state, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, hopefully.
It's in their best interest to get it settled,
Exactly.
so, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
So, yeah, the final report will be presented to the selectmen. This is the preliminary engineering report. I guess the next steps would be to decide what project to apply for grant funding to actually fix the crib work. Anyway, moving forward.
All set, Marjorie?
Yeah.
Report of members. Okay. And I have nothing. And next meeting is July 29th. And number 12, motion to adjourn.
So,
All in favor? Great, thank you.